Morning, anybody that's joining, and we're just starting. So we're actually going to start with our wall roll down. So just a real treat. This is again flexing, but also we're going to get a nice stretch through the back of the body as well, aren't we? Start to fire up the tummy muscles. That's what I'd like you to think. So if you have to disappear, then don't worry, because we're going to do 3 together, and I'll be talking you through everything that we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, morning anybody that's joining us. So I'm just going to pop my little balls out of the way there. I'm actually going to get my mat and bring it closer to the skirting board here. And then we're going to start. Our first one's just really easy, really nice and easy, with our feet a really good distance away. So that might be, 2 of your feet distances away there. And then we're just noticing the back of the head, the back of our shoulders. Do you remember we talked about that, the back of the rib cage? Yes, but we've got that small space between the lower back, or quite a big space between the lower back and the wall there, haven't we? But notice the back of your pelvis. So notice kind of that bony area against the wall. Just notice that. That's going to stay there on the way down and the way back up. Yeah? And then just if you bring your arms to the wall, we already start with that opening across the front of the body, don't we? That might feel a little bit restricted, to start with. Feet are in hip width or a little bit wider. Yeah. Let your arms relax. Take a nod of your chin to chest without moving the back of the shoulders away from the wall for me. Look at your feet, double check they're facing forward and they're pretty much hip width. And then start to roll down, and we might just need a continuous breath here. So as you roll forward, you're coming towards the middle of the shoulders. And then notice that your lower back will naturally just rest onto the wall there. At that point, you might feel you're using your tummy muscles, so we're just starting to wake up the tummy. And this first flexing forward then, where you're just enjoying that fold, we're enjoying that stretch through the back of the body, noticing that the pelvis stays on the wall as you start to come down, easing your way down, releasing your neck, releasing your shoulders. Your bottom almost kind of slides up the wall, and you might then feel your sit bones on the wall, and that will give us a really good stretch down the backs of the legs, won't it? Head just hangs. So just using the wall as our lovely prop here. Let your head hang, fold as deeply as you can, softening the knees, you know that, so absolutely fine to have a really good knee bend. Say, yes, this is all feeling quite good. This movement's good for me, feels quite nice. We're not going to say a no, but we're going to just shake the head anyway in a no, but we won't say it. And then we'll come back up. So we start to inhale. And then we're coming back up, and we're going to send the sit bones down towards the skirting board, or the floor there. You might not have a skirting board. And then notice the lower back heading towards the wall. And then gradually unwinding. So the back of the shoulders and our head come all the way back to our start. So there's our easy one. This time we're going to take the arms all the way up to the ceiling, and maybe can you get the back of your hand to the wall? So that's a lovely back stretch, isn't it? And then bringing the arms down. Don't force anything. Nothing forced. We'll do that again. So we can inhale. Can you keep the back of the shoulders and the back of the pelvis on the wall there? And then release all the way back down. Can you keep the same space between the ears and the shoulders as well as you do that? So as the arms come up, we soften the shoulders. We can inhale the arms up. It's quite a powerful stretch into the back and the front of the body, and then we release the arms down. Okay, option is to stay here. Option is now to come a whole foot distance back, so you're probably only half a foot distance away from the wall. That's going to make it a lot harder, yeah? Feet again in hip width, back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis, on the wall, and then the head comes away from the wall on the inhale, but the back of the shoulders stay on the wall. Well done. Pause for a moment, take an extra breath in. On the exhale, roll down so the upper back comes away from the wall, the lower back touches the wall. Another breath in, and the lower back comes away from the wall, but the back of the pelvis stays, doesn't it? Now, this is where I want a light connection with our tummy muscles as we start to fold. Notice the feet starting to do some work as well. Notice the toes, the balls of the feet. Head just hangs.
absolutely fine to be bending the knees, but we might have a really good stretch through the backs of the legs. Take that pause again, let everything hang. And then when you're ready, start to come back up, inhaling. The tailbone heads down towards the skirting board. You now need to use some energy from the center to wheel your way back up, exhaling. And the head's coming up last. Lower back touches the mat, touches the wall. Middle back, inhaling and exhaling. And then the back of the shoulders, and then you find that little subtle space. Lovely. Inhale, both arms up. Can you keep the back against the wall? Don't worry, don't force it if you can't. Good, and then exhale the arms down. Could all be just a little bit smaller, could be in a lovely wide V. Notice how that really helps that movement. Yeah, lovely. Show me again. Good, inhaling the arms up, keeping the back of the shoulders, if we can, yeah, against the wall, back of the rib cage, so that lovely V can help, and then lowering the arms down. Hands up if you're having fun. Oh yes, that's my good one there, because you did actually have your arms up. Okay. And then just pause. So then, do we want that little bit more vigour? So I'll just move that ball there so you can see where my feet are. So now we can bring our heels pretty much against that skirt if we want to, yeah? Or you've brought them back. And you're only going to do this if that feels comfortable for the body. And then when you're ready, yeah, nod the chin towards your chest. We've got to use our thighs and our feet here. We've really got to use the abdominals and the back. So straight away, the lower back will be heading away from the wall. And then see if we can roll ourselves down from here. And, you can just tip the feet a little bit further forward if you don't want to try that, but just have a go. Again, you can have a little bit of softness in the knees. Can you pull your thighs or knees up towards your hips? That's going to give us some really good strength through the legs there. Can we just almost tip ourselves so we're going to fall forward? Notice that deep stretch into the backs of the legs, and we're almost falling onto the mat, aren't we? But really use those feet, the legs, the abdominals and the back. Try it. Try it. If you're feeling okay, budge the heels back a little bit now you're at the bottom of that move. And then we're coming back up, inhaling. We can do it. Use the feet, use the shins, use the thighs, exhaling. Inhale, it should feel quite vigorous into that lower body. Inhale again. Good, I'm wiggling my way back up here, exhaling all the way back. And then pause. Yeah, good. Should have used a little bit of breath, brought a little bit of heat into our bodies there. And then we'll all go to a lovely soft V, just for two. So inhale, can we keep the back against the wall, bring the arms up, and then exhale, bring the arms down. Can we inhale one more time, bring the arms up, the back of the hand coming towards the wall, and then lower the arms down just to recover there. Really well done. Okay, step away from the wall. Really well done, guys. Really well done. Grab your tennis ball for me. And then we're just going to go to the feet, just for a few moments. So we're going to go ball of the foot, and we're going to go side to side on the ball of the foot. Yeah, so just nice and easy into that little massage into the ball of the foot. Doesn't matter if you've got socks on. Ideally, obviously, you haven't got shoes on. And then we're going to roll all the way from the ball of the foot to the heel. And I want you to see if you can put a little bit of pressure from the foot to the ball. Come right to the centre of the heel, so you're really getting some work into that back part of the foot there, a little bit of pressure onto that heel. Good, have that lovely little roll. Really well done. Yeah, good. So just going to enliven the feet just for a couple of little balance exercises now. Good. And then if you stand then on both feet, obviously, just notice the difference just from that, less than a minute or maybe a minute. Just notice the foot might just feel a little bit happier there. Yeah, and then we'll do the same to the other side. So left foot, ball of the foot, yeah, and just have a little movement around side to side so you can get a little bit of pressure. It doesn't matter if the ball pings away. Notice that right foot might be just quite helpful now with that little bit of massage. And then we can go all the way down and all the way back. You could be holding on, yeah? You could be holding on here. So going all the way from the ball of the foot to the heel. Yeah, just enjoying that. Yeah, good. All the way from the ball of the foot to the heel. Good. A little bit of pressure if you can. Yeah, well done. Well done, anybody joining? Just
Just done some lovely wall roll down, so you could be doing a little roll down if you wanted, if you've missed that altogether. Good, so a little bit of pressure from the ball of the foot to the heel. Yeah, well done. Good, and then we're just going to put our ball out of the way. See if you could be on your mat, or if you're on a harder floor, try the harder floor for me. And then can you come straight into foot pedals? So we're going to bend the knee on the left and then switch, bend the knee on the right. Yeah? That's it. Inhaling and exhaling as we go. And just feel, we might just feel we've got a little bit of kind of joy into the feet there, just with those, literally just those few moments. I'm going to go fairly quickly. Inhale and exhale, lengthening up through the spine, knees heading straight forward, hips staying fairly still, putting in all our kind of Pilates principles. Inhaling and exhaling, just as feels good as we move. Again, we'll go 4. We'll go 3, just when you're ready. Left knee and then right knee, well done. All the way up to a calf raise. Inhaling up, bringing the arms with us. We've moved those arms a little bit already. And then exhaling as we come down. Yeah, and we're doing that twice more. Inhaling as we rise to the balls of the feet, lengthening up through the spine. Notice a little bit of tension in the thighs and the glutes. Well done. And then exhaling down. Lovely softness in the shoulders. Inhaling up, floating up, softness in the arms. Good, and then exhaling as we come down. Really well done. Okay, you can stay where you are. I'll just go side on, just on this next bit. So you can have your right leg in front. Now, right leg's in front, and then the left leg's going to go back. So you're just on the ball of your back foot, yeah? And then notice now this is a hip extension, so we're taking the leg back, we're opening up into the hip. Yeah, so you're going to stand on your right leg, really supported. Upper body's just going to stay relaxed. Yeah, then from here, we're going to drive from the back. We're going to lift the knee up. Don't worry if you wobble. Good, and then the leg's going to go back, and you're going to stretch that leg all the way back. We're trying to keep the body fairly still and the right leg fairly still. Yeah. Now we're going to just swing the arm so that when the left leg comes up, the right arm's going to come forward, the left arm just goes naturally back, and then we'll do the same in the other direction. So as your left leg's back, your left arm's forward. Yeah. So we can take a breath in. Good, and a breath out, as if we're doing a giant kind of pretend walk there. Yeah, we'll do it again, twice more, lift, good, and then reach the leg back, lovely, stretch it back, lovely, keep the length through the spine. Good, one more time, knee comes up, good, leg stretches back on that left side, release the arms down, weight through our right leg, and then can you tip forward, exhaling, left leg lifts. Now, it doesn't matter if it's just popping off the ground, or some of us will come into our Yoga Warrior 3 if we wanted. So totally up to you. Absolutely fine just to have that leg a little bit off the ground. Reach out through the crown of the head. We need our balance in this weather, don't we? And then when you're ready, we can pop the foot down and then bring the feet back together, yeah? So we'll take a break from your right side now, and we'll be on the left leg. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Left knee bent and the back foot nice on the ball of the foot with that back leg stretched. So we're opening up a little bit into this left front, your left front of thigh. Good, that's it, upper body's relaxed. And then from here, bent front knee, and we're going to bring our weight forward to be able to lift the knee up. Don't worry if you're wobbling. You can have a fingertips on the chair if you wanted. Yeah, otherwise just have a little go. Yeah, so we're coming up, we're lifting that knee. Yeah, one side's going to feel a little bit easier than the other. Good, and then let's add our arm action in. So we're tapping back, we're on the ball of the foot, the back leg is straight. Good, and then as we come up, we can lift the left knee and take the left arm back. Yeah, good, and then as the left arm, as the other leg goes forward, we're thinking back leg, and the same arm goes forward, and then that lift. Yeah, lovely, good. And again for me. So nice little reach back, beautiful. And then a lift to the knee, superb. Pop that knee up towards you, flexing into the hip there. Good, and then as the arms come down and we tap the leg back, weight into our front leg, lean. Yeah, take that lean, notice the weight, notice that strength in the front leg for me, your left leg, and then pop the right leg off the ground. Yeah, some of us will decide to head all the way to our Warrior 3, where we're stretching the back leg back. Yeah, the arms are just relaxed, maybe at the side of the body, or maybe even just relaxing down. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the tippy toes on the ground, doesn't matter if you're just popping up and down. And then we're ready, we can exhale our way back, well done. And then step the feet together. Beautiful. Take the feet wide for me and a little turn out of the toes. This is the last bit before we come onto the mat. So we've got a little turn out of the toes and we're going to just ease from side to side, and that can be fairly gentle, just depending on how your hips and knees are feeling. But what I'd like you to feel is that just starting to open up a little bit into the inner thighs, but I want it just to feel, quite a nice movement, without any kind of struggle into the knees. So it might be all a little bit less, or you might be just adapting your foot and knee position. Now, if that all feels good, as we bend the left knee, the right arm's going to reach out across enough that you can feel a stretch across the back of your body on that right side particularly. And you come back, the right hand can be on the hip, and we bend the right knee and the left arm reaches out, but you're not taking your shoulder with you. Yeah, inhale and exhale. Yeah, so what I can see is a bit of this, gang. Yeah, this. But actually, if we're thinking of our Pilates, we're thinking of a lovely long spine, aren't we? So I'm sorry if I look like I'm doing that, but we're thinking shoulder, we're thinking long spine. So you get a really lovely pull through the back of the body. Yeah, you might be leaving the arms out, you might be leaving the legs out and doing the upper body. I can see that as well. Yeah, so we can exhale out. We'll go 4. Good, we'll go 3. And then on our last 2, we're going to go a bit higher. So we're going to exhale a bit higher into the back body and then same to the other side. Yes, lovely. Good, come all the way back. Toe heel the feet in. Yeah, good. And then give the legs a little shake for me. Beautiful. Okay, so can we now come to the back edge of our mat, and we're going to come down, we're going to roll down. So we're doing our roll down onto our mat. I'm just going to put my mat back in the right place. And we're going to come into the swan, and we're going to take it up to the swan dive if we want it. So our flexing forward, and then we've got extension work. We'll build up to there. Feet in hip width. Good, have a little look up to the ceiling. Open across your chest. Good, and then can we exhale, look down to the ground. Now imagine you've got that wall behind you, so remember that feeling of tipping forward. That's what I want you to have. So you're not going to allow those hips to hinge back. We can soften through the knees. We start to engage a little bit through the centre. See if you can tip yourself so you're creating space between your body and your thighs. Just trying to add a little bit of intensity to that roll down, lifting the back of the ribs up to the ceiling, engaging through the centre, really getting into that lower back, letting the head hang. Well done. And then when you're ready, walk your hands out, bring the knees down towards the mat, and then we're going to come straight onto our forearms and onto our tummy and into swan. Now, you all know swan with our fingertips level with the eye line. Let's just remember that one then. So the arms are generally wider than our mat. Elbows pretty much in line with your shoulders, or a little bit back, a little bit forward, depending on how you're feeling. We're going to go legs in parallel. And we're inhaling to come up to our lovely swan. So it's a lift of our chest, a lengthening out through the crown of the head. And that's kind of our base move, isn't it, for the swan? The hands are resting, the forearms are resting, and then our exhale can bring us down towards the mat. So let's just do a couple more like that, so 2 more like that, just to get into it. And, I know half of us here are going to probably stay with this movement, this lovely lift and length and stretching through the back without doing any more than this, which is absolutely fine, isn't it? So we don't have to do any more. I would like everybody to be looking down towards the ground rather than throwing their head forward, and try not to look at the camera too much if you can manage it, gang. Yeah, so we're coming up, we're lengthening, the legs are stretching as you come up to your swan position, and then we're coming slowly back down, lengthening back. So this is us extending through the spine. Now we've got an extra little bit now, so we can inhale. Sorry, I didn't relax down at the bottom. We can all have a little relax. Lengthen the legs. Inhale as you start to lift and lengthen. And do you remember we've been working on that lightness at the front of the body, so there's a light engagement through the centre. Now keep that for me and exhale a little bit higher. So we come up to our low cobra. Now, so feel that, yes, there's a little bit of pressure on the hands and the forearms, but it's not they're not pushing you up at this moment. Inhale and exhale as we come down. Now, again, you could stay with that, so you know if that's appropriate for you and your back. Yeah, we all know that here. And relaxing at the bottom. And then we've got the option of the inhale to come to swan, so that's the small lift. Yeah, and then the exhale could take us all the way up into our cobra pose. Now, just at the top there, if you've come that little bit higher, doesn't matter if you're kind of halfway up, just make sure that we're open across the chest. I'll just show you from the front. You know, so we've got that width, haven't we? You know, we're not here on this one. We've got a little bit of width so we can keep that lovely space between the ears and the shoulders. Yeah? Notice how the back feels. Stretch out the legs. And then slowly coming back down, inhaling and exhaling as we come down. Now, if we wanted a little bit more, we can then bring the legs together. Yeah, and all of these are options, aren't they? So inhaling as we lengthen and lift to swan. Notice it's a little bit trickier through the body with the legs together. The exhale might take us up to our baby cobra or all the way up to that larger position there or bigger extension through the back. And the hips as well, so stretching out the legs. Notice the legs will want to separate, so absolutely fine to let them do that. Keep them together if you're adding a little bit of a challenge. Inhaling and exhaling as you come all the way down to our start. Good, and then if we keep the legs together, but just relax for a moment, we can try our swan dive if we want. I'd be tempted to do 3 or 4, and that's it. Yeah. So let's go from here. So it's the inhale is going to take us all the way up. You might be staying with your swan. Yeah, so inhale, come all the way up. You might go back into a little child pose. And then with that vigour now, the outward breath, we're reaching and then coming back up. Now everybody's going to do that. So exhale, reach, inhale to return. Yeah, so 2 more if you're adding that in. Exhale, inhale. Now, exhale, inhale, and then we'll all come down towards the mat, exhaling our way down. Take the hands under the shoulders, separate the knees, and then we go the opposite direction, don't we? All the way back into our child pose, wherever you got to on that one, well done. And then just while we're here, we'll rest the forehead lightly on the mat. We'll sit the bottom all the way back towards those heels. Beautifully done again. Take an extra couple of breaths. We are going back onto the mat in a moment. Separate the knees, maybe a little bit wider, maybe get the body just to rest between the thighs. Readjust the arms, take an extra inhale as you stretch out through the back as you're flexing and rounding through the spine here. Deep breath into the lower back, the ribs, the upper back. And then when you're ready and the back feels okay, so the option is to carry on and have a few more breaths there, or join me all the way back onto the mat with the legs a little bit wider than hip width, yeah? So now, camera arm, we know this, our lovely back extension with a twist. Camera arm, or whichever arm you decide is easier for you, is straight by the side of the body. And then the other hand is in front, ready for your forehead to rest on the mat. Like I say, the legs are a little bit wider than hip width. We're inhaling to come up, and as we do that, the chest lifts just like we've done with the swan. And then on our exhale, we're turning towards the camera side. Keep lengthening out through the spine and turn your palm lightly to face the camera. Now make sure your neck feels comfortable. So we're not having to lift the head. We can just gently keep that in line with the spine. Don't think you have to bring it up. Inhale and then exhale as you slowly come back down to recover. I'm having a look. I want exactly the same position twice more. So inhaling as you're lifting, it might be just that. You can add the rotation if you want to. It shouldn't be a struggle. It should feel comfortable. Yeah, inhale and then exhale as you lower down. Now on your third one, you've got the option of the opposite leg lifting. So as you come up on the inhale to your swan, and then your exhale, you're opening your palm and the opposite leg stretches, lengthens and lifts. Yeah, take a breath in, reaching the hand back towards the leg, and then exhale your way down and completely recover. Yeah, well done. Okay, gang, I might just ask you for one more of those. Could I just ask you for one more? So we've done 4. If you've done 4, then just recover there. So some of you just carried on there. That was absolutely fine. So that's it. Yeah, so when you've come up, see if you can reach back towards that back leg. Add that little rotation and get that little back leg involved. Straight leg on the supporting leg as well. And then you're coming back. Should feel a really good bit of energy through the back of the body there. Well done. Exactly the same as the other side. I'm just going to do the same side so you can see. So you've switched over, other hand in front, other arms by the side. Doesn't matter if the palm's facing in or up, just kind of go wherever the arm wants to start with, yeah? So I'll just go here again. Legs a little bit wider than hip width, get yourself comfy. So the first one, we're lengthening out through the crown of the head, enjoying that. There's 4 of these, gang, or if you did 5 or you did 3, then repeat the same on this side. Inhaling, create that length. And then on the exhale, light on the hand in front, stretch both legs, open the chest towards that side. So just a little bit of palm opening, shoulder opening, chest opening if you wanted it. Take a breath in, and then as we breathe out, we can slowly come down and recover. We've got one more exactly the same, whatever you're doing there. Yeah, lovely. Good. And just notice, is your head in line with your spine, or are you throwing your head back? Are you twisting it? Are you trying to just keep that lovely alignment there? Good. On our last 2, option is to add the opposite leg. So the energy on the exhale as you rotate, you're reaching the leg back, lifting that leg lightly. Yeah. Good. And rotating to see if we can touch the hand towards that thigh area, and then you might have finished there, come all the way back into child pose if you like, or you've got one more to do. Lengthen, lift on the inhale, reaching, and then on the exhale, rotating around, using your bottom hand to really support you there. Use that bottom leg, and then when you're ready, ease your way down back to your start position. Take your hands under your shoulders. Now this time, you can head back to your child pose or join me straight into sitting. I don't mind which you've done there. So you might have your cushion, you might have your block, and then from here we're going to do a spine stretch, just a really baby spine stretch forward. So the hands can just rest on the shins. There's nothing technical, just on this one. Releasing the neck, maybe letting the head just glide from side to side. Good. And there's our flexing. So we've done that lovely extension, haven't we? And that lift, that nice little rotation. And now we're back to our flexing, and we're just relaxing here for an extra couple of breaths while everybody gets into this same position. Just enjoy. And then while we're here, kind of, notice the body, what's happening in the hamstrings, how the knees feeling, how are the hips feeling, how's your back feeling. And that's going to guide you a little bit as we do the next bit of our spine stretch. Leg pull up and a saw. So that's just going to guide you however you're feeling now. Take a breath in, start to unravel, and exhale. Let's ease our way back to our seated position. Now to make it comfortable, sitting on a cushion or block or blanket, is really helpful for the spine stretch. So, don't think that it's you're cheating, because you're not. It's just to make the body feel comfortable to get into a really good position. Okay, so the legs are a little bit wider than hip width, maybe as wide as your mat. Our knees are soft, we're up on the sit bones or on our block or cushion or mat, wherever we are there. We're going to use that opposition. So do you remember where we're going to lightly draw the tummy in as we're stretching the spine forward into that flexion? Yeah, so we're going to try that. Don't worry if it doesn't work. So we'll take a breath in, we'll nod our chin to chest, enjoy, just like we did with our roll down. On the exhale, just lightly start to draw the tummy muscles in as you start to reach the crown of the head forward. Now take another breath in, that's going to go wide into the back of the body, feel that. And then your exhale, again, just lightly hug the tummy back as you're reaching the crown of the head forward. So feel how that outward breath is stabilizing your lower back and your pelvis. Now we'll take a couple of breaths wherever we've got to in that lovely spine stretch. Notice not only the back, but the hamstrings, yes, maybe the calves. Also notice a stretch through the sides of the body as well. So you're reaching out through the sides of the body. We'll take another breath in. Now on our exhale, again, we're going to pull the tummy back. We're going to let the arms lift. And as you draw back with the lower back, you're still reaching your arms forward. Don't make that too vigorous because that can give us that intercostal kind of cramp, can't it? But just noticing that as you're drawing back, inhale again, exhale, arms are still reaching as you're drawing back, and then we can inhale, release, and exhale, come back to our seated position. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet into hip width, and then bring our hands to the side of us so the fingertips are facing a little bit away from us. I want you to plant your feet down, lift your chest, and press the hands into the ground. This is option 1. So neck and shoulder people, you could add in, yes, feel that, the triceps, the shoulders, the chest, a little bit of energy into the arms, and then relax. Yeah, option 1 for neck and shoulder people. Option 2, making sure you feel comfortable where you are, pressure through the feet and the hands, and exhale your hips up. Yeah, so we lift, this is our prep for leg pull prone or leg pull up. Good, and then pop the hips down. Yeah, good, and then our second option will be stretching out the right leg, leaving the left foot on the ground. Firm up your left foot, inhale, press down through both hands and exhale to pop the hips up towards the ceiling. You're looking ahead to whatever's ahead of you. Yeah, the day, Wednesday, middle of the week. Good, inhale and exhale, put the bottom down. Now swap legs, the right leg comes to the foot comes to the floor. Again, you might be just sitting, you could even go onto your back. Stretch out your left. Good, firm up both hands, the right foot, and exhale your way into your leg pull up there. Lovely, good. So we've got loads of options going on. Gaze is ahead, hips uplift, chest opens, yeah, and then we're coming down. Good, then our last option, and we're going to do this twice. So legs come together and the legs are straight. Yeah, and I know, half of us are going to miss this out and be doing our lesser version, lesser challenge. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, extend both legs, lift the hips, gaze is ahead, energy into the buttocks and the thighs, open across the chest, take a breath in, and a breath out. Lower the hips down, inhaling, and exhaling, pop the hips down. Yeah, we've got one more to do, whichever version you're on. You might be on just resting on your back. Inhale, take that long breath in, stretch through both legs, exhale, weight into the legs. You're trying to get your feet to the ground, lift your chest, gaze is ahead. Good, take an extra breath in, make sure you're opening across the front of the body if we can, and then we can ease our way down. Really well done. Good, as we come up to sitting, separate the feet for me and give the wrists a little shake. You're back onto your block or your cushion or blanket, and we're heading into the saw. So we lifted into that lovely openness, and now we're going to head to our gentle saw. Just nice and easy today. So legs are now a little bit wider than our mat, wider than our spine stretch position, arms out ahead, shoulder height, and then open the arms so your palms are facing away from you. Just a lovely softness in the shoulders. Camera side if we've got it. Inhaling as we rotate. So inhaling, rotate. Notice the waist, notice the middle of the back. Good, and then exhale, just come round to your start. Good, so this is just our prep, so we can inhale to the other side. Yeah, and I can see a little bit of this going on, guys. And remember, that's going to restrict our breath, isn't it? And it's going to restrict our movement. So it's a lot better to be on a block or on a cushion and have your knees bent and to be upright. Yeah, so make sure you're not here. We're not going to be able to breathe and we're not going to be able to move well, are we, as we do that? Come back to your central position. Alter your position now if you need to. So a knee bend's brilliant. And we'll go again. So we'll inhale camera side if you're with me still. Good. And then exhale, opposite hand to foot, back fingertips or knuckle or hand, and reaching over towards the toes. Don't make it a struggle. Don't make it a struggle, guys. And again, I can see a little bit of this. So if it's better for you just to have your arm out to the side rather than bringing your shoulder up around your ear, then do that. Yeah, so back or to the side if that feels better. Reaching forward, and then we're coming all the way back up. Inhaling, and we're exhaling to bring ourselves back to our start. Good, relax feet, bent knees, absolutely fine. One more to the other side, then I'm going to have a look what you're doing. So inhale to rotate, notice the waist and the middle back, and then exhale, opposite hand to slice off your little toe, leaving your opposite sit bone on the ground. Don't make it too forceful. Relax the shoulder. Don't worry if you're up. Yeah, you don't have to be folded over the thigh. Take a breath in as you're coming back up. Yeah, spine stretching back up really. And then exhale, bring yourself round to the centre and relax. Yeah, so the main thing I'm going to be looking for again is that we're not sat back. You know, here, we're going to give ourselves plenty of space. We're going to have our knees bent, be right up on our cushion. Yeah, so whatever feels good. Good, okay, let's do that again. We'll do 4 more times. So start with your lovely long lengthened spine, open the arms, soften the shoulders. Whichever way you're going, you've got 4 to do. So inhale, rotate from the waist and the middle part of the back. Soften the shoulders, exhale over, lovely. Yeah, opposite hand to foot, opposite hand to foot. That's it, a little nod of the chin. Good, and then your inhale, rise up as if you're doing your spine stretch forward like we did just a moment ago, and then back to our start position on the exhale. Get the length first, take a moment to pause so you right up on those sit bones. Inhale again, softly as we rotate to the other side. Don't worry if you're already ahead of me. And then exhale, a light connection with the tummy as you pull back and you round forward to stretch towards the toe. Get a pull but not any pain. Inhaling, round your way back up, spine stretch your way back up, lovely. Good, and then exhale brings you back to the center, just soften everything. We go again, twisting round, inhale, waist and middle back, exhale, back hand now can lift if that feels comfortable. So the back hand lifts with the palm facing in so the shoulder can just soften. Good, and then inhaling all the way back up. And exhale to the center. I can see we're cheating, lifting the opposite butt cheek there. So just see on the last one, can you keep that down? Inhaling, rotate. Good. Exhale, leave that opposite sit bone. Draw the tummy lightly in, stretch over, slice off your little toe, slice it off, and then inhale, round your way back up. Good. Exhale, come all the way back to the center and release. Yeah, I quite like that. Really well done, Ken. Okay, we're coming on to our side. Yeah, so again, you might just have your cushion to go between the ear and the bicep. Yeah, and we've got side kick into side scissors. So this is going to be a little bit of extension of the hip as we take the leg back. Yeah. So we can start with both legs straight if we wanted that challenge, or the bottom leg can be bent. So both legs straight if we want that extra challenge. Have a look, you can see your feet, your fingertips then come in front, the body stretches out. Your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked, your knees and ankles. Just notice that. Notice the line of your body, maybe even scan the lower back with your back hand there. Good. Now the top leg comes up, the bottom leg stays on the ground for the side kick. We're exhaling, that top leg's not going to go far. It's not going to go far unless you're using your hand and you're moving your body there, so it doesn't have to go far. Good, I want the exhale, can you take the leg back, ready for our scissors. So we inhale the leg forward, just the fingertip in front, and then exhale the leg back. Can you kick it back just to open up into the hip without changing your pelvis? 4 more to do, so there's 6 of these. Inhale forward, exhale back.
Now, if you just use a fingertip, notice how you've got to use the tummy and the back muscles, otherwise you're likely to fall over. Yeah. So if you're keeping your shoulders stacked and the back in the same position, just using that fingertip, inhale forward, exhale, sweep the leg back. Yeah, lovely. Now we can roll slightly forward as the leg goes back, one more each way. Inhale, so you can have that tiny little judge forward of the upper body. You'll like that. Good, and then one more time. Inhale forward, exhale back, maybe that little roll. Bring the legs together. Yeah, so again, just double check where the feet are. Top leg lifts. Now the bottom leg comes forward and the top leg goes back. We could even try on these 6, the top arm coming up, the bottom arm stretching out. So a little challenge if you wanted. So inhale, bottom leg goes back, top leg goes forward, challenge yourself. Could be a smaller move, it could be the side kick that we've just done. Inhale to open. So get that extension into that hip, just like we did to start with before our, just in our prep there. So inhale, bottom leg back, top leg forward, fingertips reaching out and reaching up. Good, space between the ears and the shoulders. Doesn't matter if you've got the fingertip on the ground or the hand on the ground. Good, this is our last one. Inhale to open. And then exhale, bring the legs back together. Lower the top arm, lower both legs, and then just bend the knees in. Hang on a second. Oh, double leg lifts with the upper body. I knew there was something else. So now we've got our legs stretched out. It might be that you do the single leg lift. The single leg lift's going to give us, plenty of work, plenty of balance. Legs together if you wanted for 6. We're inhaling the upper body and the legs up into our double leg lifts. Not everybody's going to do that. Exhaling as you come down. So neck and shoulder, lower back, hips. We might want to just do the single leg or our regular double legs. Otherwise, palm faces down if you like. Use the forearm. Reach the fingertips towards the ankles and then gradually ease your way down. I know that isn't easy. So the legs stretch. I want you to use your waist. I want you to use that inhale to lift you and then really slow exhale. Energize the tummy muscles as you're coming back down. We've got 2 to do if you're joining me. So inhale, lengthen and lift. Have a quick peek. Are you still in that lovely alignment? Yeah, ankles and hips still stacked, or have you gone into some other sort of shape there? So just bring that all back. Good, one more time, or you're having a recovery. Inhale, can we lengthen and lift the upper body? So you've lifted just to the waist, lifting the armpit and the ribs, and then exhale, slowly coming down to recover. Bend the knees in, give the knees just a nice little hug in, release into that hip and outer thigh, and then see if you can just bring the leg in, just into a kind of knee hug there. Bring the leg in towards you, maybe even fold it in, holding onto the shin, maybe even holding onto the ankle or the foot. Good, ease your way in there. Now we come all the way over to the other side. And we do the same. So we stretch out the legs, and remember you might be making it all a little bit smaller. Absolutely fine to do something else. Good, legs together. These are just options, gang, aren't they? And then we can stretch our way out. If you've got your cushion, that can go between the ear and the arm if you wanted it. Yeah, so have a look at the line of the body. Hips are stacked, ankles, knees. Bottom leg stays on the ground, the top leg lifts a fraction, fingertip in front, and then we kick the leg forward. Inhale forward, and then see if we can sweep the leg back. Think about the length through the spine, maybe even scan that lower back as well. So inhale, a kick forward, and then exhale. It takes a little bit of a moment just to get in that groove. Good, anchor the bottom leg, so you can have that little bit of pressure from the bottom leg. That's going to support you, isn't it? So nice sweep forward on the inhale. Use the bottom side of the body to support you. Exhale back. Good, 2 more to do. Inhale, kick forward. Exhale, you could have that little shush forward of the upper body. Last time. Inhale, kick. Good, exhale back, and that little roll if you wanted. Bring the legs together. Good, both legs have lifted. Top arm reaches up to the sky if you wanted it. Separate the feet and then inhale, bottom leg forward, top leg goes back. Good, open up into those, that top hip again, exhale to close. Then it's the bottom hip, isn't it? Opening up. It needs a little bit of pressure, just a bit of thought. Good, and then coming back. Make sure we feel good about this, yeah? So make it all a bit smaller if we need. Inhale to open and exhale to close. Notice that balance. Good, inhale, so the arms just up to the sky. Inhale, the bottom leg back. Good, exhale, so the top arm doesn't move at all. The top arm doesn't move at all. Inhale, the bottom leg forward, the top leg back. Exhale to close, and then inhale last time. You can use that bottom arm, that bottom hip, bottom rib cage, and then back to the legs together to lower the legs and the arm down. Now, absolutely fine to have a breather now. So if you did on the other side, don't feel you have to do any more. 6 repetitions, that's all we've got. Look down the line of the body. We're going to have our bottom hand palm down if we like, or the side of the hand. And then inhale, start to lift the upper body, lift the legs. And we're into that little banana shape, aren't we? Now, it might be too much on this side, so absolutely fine just to modify on this side, isn't it? So we'll inhale, legs together, connect with the inner thighs, and then use that exhale to ease your way all the way down to your start position. Lovely. Can we inhale to lift, and maybe we look down the line of the body as we've done that, check that we can still see the feet, the ankles, the knees and the hips are stacked, and we're exhaling to lower. Good. Some of us doing our single leg lift, absolutely fine to have a breather too. So inhaling to lift. Good, just noticing the armpit and the bottom of the ribs coming away from the mat, and exhaling as you come down. Lovely, fingertip in front if we wanted it. Good, and again, inhale as we lift, so our 6 of these, and exhaling as we gradually come down. Yeah, it's the coming down bit that's tricky, isn't it? Good, and our last one should be number 6, so our last one should be number 6. You might have already finished that, so absolutely fine to have that breather now. Really well done. Go, bring the knees in. We're going to get a little glute release, bringing the leg up first, just recovering there, and then maybe hugging that leg in towards you. Well done, and then we're going to roll straight onto our backs. We're not staying on our backs, guys, so don't get comfy, please. We're just going to do a glute stretch first, so whichever leg you want to do, just decide on that. Foot onto your thigh, opening your knee a little bit out to the side, drawing the legs in, maybe holding behind the thigh. Whatever's going to work for you. Relax the shoulders. So yoga people, we did quite a bit on those, on the hips and the glutes, didn't we, yesterday? So, you know, maybe putting those little fundamental technique cues in place. We did a flex of the foot. We did an opening of the knee, didn't we? And then we used that energy from our supporting leg just to ease the legs in. Make sure the upper body's relaxed. Again, we'll do the same on the other side. So bring the legs in, switch over the legs. Just go gently, go really gently, ease the legs in. Yeah, you could have your foot on the ground. All I want you to do is find a little bit of release. A little pull, a little bit of stretch into that outer thigh and buttock. If all that's feeling good, yes, you're flexing your foot of the leg you're stretching, your knees opening, you've got your hands into the back of the thigh. Yeah, just easing the legs in, but absolutely fine to be doing whatever suits you there. Well done. Good, and then what I want now is us to roll up, and we're going to go straight into our open leg rocker, and then we do get to come back down onto the mat. So we're going to take a breath in, not the chin to chest, that's essential. Imprint your back, get a little bit of energy from the breath now, so inhale, and then use your exhale to bring you all the way up to sitting. Yeah, well done. Good, and then we're going to kick the legs up to the sky. Yeah. And then head into our open leg rocker. If you could do 6 or 8, that would be brilliant. Good, so chest is lifted. We do not have to straighten the legs. Inhale, almost relaxing as we're going back. And then exhale, use that breath. Kick up the legs for me. Lift your chest, widen the elbows if you want it. Yeah, I'm having a little peek at what we're doing because this is looking good. Remember, only going onto the back of your shoulders, not onto your neck.
Don't feel like you have to straighten the legs because that isn't an essential. Your balance, yeah, and your control are essential. The hands are outside of the leg. The hands are outside of the leg. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Use your breath. So relaxing as you go back. You can actually relax because momentum will take you back. Guys, shoulders as well. Shoulders as well, I can see. So if we're here, we can't use the back of the body to stabilise us. So what tends to happen is we're here and then we're here, we can't get back up. So make sure we've got our shoulder placement. I only half did it then, to get to that point. Yeah, come up and stay there. Can you come up and stay? Some of us are stretching out the legs, lifting the chest. Some of us have got our knee bend. Hold 3. Good. Hold 2. Find a little bit of energy into those deep abdominals. Hold 1. And then we'll bend the knees. Good, really well done again. Now, could you take your ball for me? Grab your ball, your Pilates ball, place that into the lower back, roll up prep, roll up prep obliques, yeah? So we're going to place the ball right into the lower back. Do you remember when we jam it into the fabric of the clothes? We haven't done this one for a little while with the ball. And we want the ball, if it moves away, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, but we want the ball kind of, if we can, fairly secure. Arms out ahead. Take a breath in. And then on our exhale, we're just heading back towards the ball. And typically we do a little pelvic tilt, don't we? Rather than a straight spine. But if we've got any osteoporosis, or osteopenia, you might want to do a slightly straighter back rather than doing too much curling. Yeah, I'm only asking for another 6. So we're exhaling back, and that exhale again energizes those tummy muscles, doesn't it? Just notice that. Inhaling as we come back to our seated position. 6. Good. Hands could be on the knees, hands could be on the thighs, just coming down the thighs. And then back to our start. I just want you to feel a little bit of action from those deep tummy muscles. So we can exhale our way back over the ball, but without pushing out the tummy there. Good, inhale as we're coming back up. Yeah, lovely, couple more to do. Nice and easy, just feeling, yes, the abdominal connection, but without overdoing anything. Yeah, good. And again, easing your way back, superb. Now, if you know it's better for your back and you don't want to do any more rotating, then you could do another 6 of these. Otherwise, find your sit bones lengthen up, feet are in hip width or a little bit wider. We're going to inhale again to prepare, and then camera side. On your exhale, can you rotate back, turn towards the camera, and inhale today to sweep all the way back to our start. You're going to alternate. I'm just going to do this side. So exhale, just so you can double check. Exhale, you're rotating, but your lower back actually stays in the same position. Inhaling to bring you back to your seated position. Yeah, so your lower back stays fairly still, and you're twisting from your waist, remember. So it's not your body turning towards that right or left side. Yeah, we've got 3 to do. Yeah, we've got 3 to do. Now 3 to do, that's it. So just 6 of those. I've just done the same side, but obviously you've been alternating. So lovely. Exhale back, leaning in towards the ball. Inhale back. We should have, that should be it. That should be it. We should have finished those on the opposite side. Really well done. Now, if we've got any issues in the neck and the shoulders, I want you just to come straight down onto your back. Yeah, I'm going to give you the option of a little flexion with the ball pretty much between the shoulder blades. Yeah, so not everybody likes it because it does require a little bit of neck stability. So if you do, I'll do the option first. So what I'd like, if we're not doing that, actually we could do a double leg stretch. Yeah, we're all going to maybe join this one if you've got time. So ball between the ankles, and we could work on a lovely double leg stretch with an inner thigh connection. Just maybe 6 or 8 repetitions of those. Yeah. If you wanted to try, you ease your way back onto one forearm, place the ball between the shoulder blades, and then bring the hands into the back of the head quite quickly. Yeah. So should feel quite nice if your neck is comfortable. Yeah. So then from here, we're planting our feet down. We've got the long lengthened spine, haven't we? We've just got kind of a you know, as if we're just on the beach there, being supported by a sunbed there. And then as we curl up, so we're going to add a curl up. So we take a breath in, and then on the exhale, keep your lower back in the same position, but curl the upper body a little bit up and away from the ball. Obviously, you're not going to leave the ball. Tummy's still flat, back is with the same space between the lower back and the mat, and then we can flex over, sorry, we can extend over the ball if we wanted. Lower back doesn't move, and then we exhale, we're coming up, just noticing those deep abdominals as we do that. So inhale, we're going to do 4 more of those. You might be on your back doing your double leg stretch. So again, like I say, not everybody's going to do this. And then exhale, just that little curl forward. It's almost like we've come back to neutral, yeah? Inhale, easing back over the ball. There's a lovely extension, actually quite a nice exercise if you're feeling comfortable in the neck and the shoulders. And then exhale, almost back to that lengthened position, and then just a tiny bit of flexion there. Good, last one coming up. We should feel those abdominals. We're nearly there again. Inhaling, good, and then exhaling over. Look towards the tummy. Release, come back onto your forearm, lower onto your back for me. And then take the ball into the lower back, between your waistband and your tailbone, and we'll just enjoy the last little bit, which is our hip flexor stretch we've been doing with the ball. So the lower back, resting happily on the ball, leg comes in, right leg comes in, or left leg, don't worry, we're just going to swap, and then stretch your other leg out. So just open up into the hips. Now we could then add a lovely circle of the leg that we've got hold of. So I've got hold of my right leg, I'm stretching out my left. So we could really enjoy that circle, inhaling and exhaling, and then maybe changing directions as well. You could be doing this seated. Yeah, instead you could just be doing a nice stretch out of the legs, or you could be on your side doing a front of the thigh stretch if you wanted. And then when you're ready, stretch your leg you've got hold of up. So right leg up if you're with me, left leg if it's the left leg. Good, stretching out the left, stretching up the right, and then add a point and a flex. Toes up and heel up, just enjoy. Inhale and exhale, toes up and heel up, toes up and heel up. Now, well done. Reaching up through the top leg, stretching out the bottom leg. And then we'll swap. So we do exactly the same on the other side. So make sure your ball's in a comfy position, your back feels supported, your other leg comes in, you can hold with one hand, no hands, or both hands, and then you could exhale the right leg out. Yeah, should feel quite nice, just opening up into that hip, but without any strain or struggle. It's easing in, left leg if you're with me, stretching out the right, opening up like we've done a little bit into those hips, so that hip extension there. Good, and we're circling the ankle of the leg that we've got hold of, or the leg that's nearest to us. We don't have to hold on to it. We could hold behind the thigh if that feels better for the knee. And go the other direction, yeah. Good, keeping the lower leg still and just moving around the ankle. Now we need that flexibility through the ankle, don't we? Particularly in these icy conditions, gang. You know, just even if you're just in the garden or putting out the bins, we need the ankle to be able to help us there, don't we, with the little adjustments that we need on snow and ice. And then stretching our left leg up and adding the point and flex. We are nearly there. Use the breath, inhale and exhale, toes up and heel up, toes up and heel up, getting the stretch all the way down the back of the leg, stretching out the opposite leg if we can, or softening off that now a little bit if you wanted. Good, and then bring both legs down to the mat and just have a little movement side to side. So you can just shift the hips side to side, maybe have a little circle around, just a little bit of a massage into that lower back, top of the buttocks. Good, a little massage around there. And then as we lift, instead of going all the way down and having that
concrete base, we'll come over, straight over, round onto our knees, and then we'll just finish by coming up nice and slowly. So we can tuck the toes, head back, give those toes an extra stretch out. Good, head the hips up, lower the heels, walk the feet in, the hands in, hang. Yeah, and remember our roll down to start with, and maybe a little bit of tightness through the legs. That might have eased a little bit. Start to inhale and rise up, and exhale to complete our class today. Good, we can take a breath in, reach those arms high. Welcome to the middle of the week. We are there. Exhale the arms down, and very well done. Great work.